We are very excited to get rolling here in 2020. We've had just over a week of practice going on here, and things are looking really good. Pitchers are competing against our hitters on the weekends, and all across the board it's looked really, really good. Trying to execute the fundamentals of the game and keep competing and trying to get better, and guys are bringing some energy. We had 35 days off with Christmas break there, and as we sit here today, we're 32 days away from first pitch going down to Pittsburgh State. So guys see the sense of urgency, they see the window of opportunity ahead of us, and we're really ready to get going. Yeah, I think to flip that script from 5-9 in two-run baseball games to make it 9-5, you just got to execute the fundamentals of the baseball game. We need to hunt the fastball offensively, and I think if we can pound the strike zone and just make the routine play, we're going to have a great shot to be in baseball games at the end of it. So much of last year felt like we just beat ourselves from time to time, and guys certainly, we've stressed that message to our team, and they certainly have responded, and things are looking pretty good. Yeah, AJ's been doing a great job. He just got cleared from a hamate surgery. He broke his bone in his hand, but he's coming back great. He's our NSIC player to watch on the offensive side of the baseball. Kicking flat out hit, really, really good bat and ball skills, can really, really find the barrel and do some things, and we look to him to hit in the 4-hole for majority of the year. He can, instead of hitting 53 singles, let's have him, hit some more doubles and do some more of that, and that's a conversation we've had with him. But Riley Broughton's another kid that just kind of lays in the weeds a little bit, but can find the barrel and can hit and can figure some things out. And great to have Connor back. Really excited to see him. He's a kid I've loved since the day I've recruited him. He does a great job. He's a great kid. He's a tremendous character, high integrity type of guy, and he's one of the guys that if we name captains, he would be one of them. Our returning guys on the mound are looking to lead from the front. Duncan Snyder's going to be a guy that every time he goes out there, he gives us a great chance to win. Blake Thiese's a young kid. He's a sophomore. He's figuring some things out from his pitchability and what makes him good. Great to have Colin back. He threw live on Sunday inside here, and that was pretty special. He was very competitive and deliberate and very focused, and if he can just keep piggybacking off of that throughout this next 4, 5, 6 weeks, he's going to be a fun kid to keep your eyes on. Clayton Lieb's been a little banged up, but he's making some pretty good progress and certainly like where his mind is at. And then Alex Morales is a kid that throws a bunch of strikes, and his stuff just kind of moves all over the place and gives some guys some fits. If you look at the numbers from a year ago, he was the guy that was always snake bit a little bit. He'd throw pretty well, but we just kicked a few balls late and balls didn't bounce our way a lot of times when he pitched. But if we can flip that and make the routine play when he's on the mound, we'll have a pretty good shot at the end of that. We got a lot of new faces in our program. We had 34 guys new to our program this year. That was more than we've had as far as returners go. Big recruiting class past last year, so got a lot of good players. Jake Hilmer's a kid right now off the top of my head that he's playing basketball currently, but he's going to have a significant impact on the mound when he does return from the conference tournament in basketball when they make it that far to the Sanford Pentagon. Jarrett Raymer's a kid from out of Wisconsin, freshman. He can do some things. He throws quite a few strikes. Drew Callens out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. He fills it up, left-handed skinny, but he can do some things. Jason Katz is a left-handed pitcher out of Barstow Community College. He's originally from Phoenix, Arizona, but he does a pretty good job. He's 80% strikes, fills it up. And then a kid at the back end that I really like is Grant Vervoort. I see him throwing a lot of quality innings for us on the back end. Big, strong, physical kid who can do some stuff. And then we got a kid also coming back from a knee injury, meniscus surgery, and Sam Grushkin out of Illinois. He's more of a two-way type of kid. He can pitch and play third base, but he does a great job, and he's a very competitive kid. And there's Keaton Parker as well out of Alburnett, Iowa, not too far from here. Also a right field pitcher type. I can see him doing both of those for us as well. And then there's Ryan Hull. Ryan Hull's a kid out of Texas who probably had the best freshman year fall I've ever seen in my entire life, where he was on the barrel and could do no wrong. If he can translate that into the spring season, we'd certainly be pleased with that. Coach Lewis, Chris Lewis is our full-time assistant coach here. He does a tremendous job. He deals primarily with our position players offensively, base running, defensively, that type of thing. I think of him as an assistant head coach. I mean, he does a great job, and our guys would certainly agree with that. From a leadership, character, integrity, how we play the game, how we look, how we dress, how we operate, he has a lot to do with that. And then Coach Halverson, Jake's a guy that 5 years ago now I recruited. We recruited him at Luther College, just up the road from Upper Iowa. He was a 4-year starter for him at Luther College and did a lot of good things, and just graduated last spring and looking to get into the coaching realm in the world. And we had a job open up with our graduate assistant spot, and he fills in really nicely, and he's doing a great job. Look to him to coach third base and run the offense. Recruiting wise, it's some people would say that's your lifeblood. Recruiting is about everything. If you have good players, you got a pretty good shot to be successful, and we're looking for kids that are tough. We're looking for kids that are tough, that can compete for us, that have the skill sets that match what we're looking for. Our league is very talented, top to bottom. Nobody's trying to lose. And if we can get the right kid, we can develop them and make them better. We do pretty well with taking the kid that's maybe slightly under-recruited, developing him throughout his freshman and sophomore years. By the time he's a junior, he's kind of on the map here and can do some things. We like kids that are gritty. We like kids that are tough. We like kids that can fly around and execute the fundamentals of the game. Upper Iowa is a great place for several reasons. I think our facilities, number one, set us apart from our conference. We're sitting inside here right now in the PAC Center, which it's a 10,000 square foot building full of turf net and lights. It's a pretty solid setup for us. Our guys have 24/7 access to this, along with the softball program. Our strength and conditioning program is off the charts. We have 2 full-time strength coaches and a graduate assistant. They do a great job, and we have a refueling station in there, which I think is a sleeper. A lot of kids don't think about that in the recruiting process, is how they get taken care of. But after every lift, our guys get 2 cartons of chocolate milk. They get a couple granola bars, a banana or an apple or whatever's in stock down there. Academically, it's a game changer. The sessions and the terms work out really well. Every 8 weeks, you take 2 or 3 different classes, and I think that's what helps us have a 3.2 team GPA with the way things work here on the calendar come springtime. So for several reasons. I think the professors here academically are off the charts great. They're slam dunks. Last year got a little wacky with weather and all of that stuff. We missed some school, but a business professor last year hosted an extra session on Friday at 6 p.m. For these kids to catch up, and that's pretty rare. You're not going to find that everywhere. Upper Iowa is a place where you're going to get cared about academically and athletically, and it's a pretty cool place in that regard.